I am the Nasty Pastor. I'm back with another reading, another full reading, another chapter reading from the Holy Bible, from the first book of the Holy Bible, Genesis, the book that our Maker, whom we pray to, whom we look to for strength, whom we look to guide us, inspired Moses to write. You feel me? Inspired Moses to write it. Look, go to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries. Got me? Or you could text in, type in at the Nasty Pastor. And you can, catch my full readings of Genesis. You can catch the full readings of Revelations. And if you go to Only Faith Ministries repost on YouTube, I'm reloading the Revelations readings, and I'm reloading them because I'm gonna keep them in one playlist. I'm gonna keep it together, cause see, when I started Revelations, which that was my first reading, I started on Facebook. And then I started transferring stuff to YouTube because I know YouTube don't delete your account. You know what I mean? So I say this to you again, you know what I mean? Go to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries. You will find the chapter readings of Genesis, the chapter readings of the Love and Respect Experience. You will also catch the chapter readings of The Devil, a book that was written by Bishop Robert Byrne. Like I said, you can also go there and get the Revelations playlist, or you can go on over to Only Faith Ministries repost on the YouTube platform, and you can catch them every Monday dropping. You know what I mean? There will be a new one out this Monday coming up. There will be a new one coming out. I'm gonna get a date for you. There will be a new Revelations posting coming out on the 17th, which is Monday, June 17th. And check it out. You know what I mean? Go back, take a read on it. Go back, take a listen on it, and re-educate yourself, because see, you may read it different, you may process it different, you know what I mean? But let's get on into this chapter reading, and right now we are on chapter we're on chapter 32, and before we start, let's give a thought. Let's give some silence to those lives that has been lost within the past 3 months. You know what I mean? 2 months. The tragedies, the natural disasters. The hurricanes, the tornadoes taking people's lives. The criminal acts that are going on in America, that is taking people's lives. Let's have a moment of silence for them. Let's really get a good understanding and knowing that tomorrow is promised, but then again, tomorrow may not be promised. You got me? Like, I look forward to waking up, but I do know I could, one, die of natural causes. Two, you know what I mean? I can get killed just being an innocent bystander. I can catch a stray bullet. A tornado can come through Richmond, Virginia, and tear this apartment building down I'm living in. Lord forbid, moon forbid it. You get me? So what I say to you, is this right here. I know tomorrow, it in a way it's not promised to you because of the things that can happen to you today. But I know in my mind and I know in my beliefs, if I do everything I need to do, you feel me? If I do everything I need to do, I should wake up. I really should. I should wake up in the morning. You feel me? I should wake up when Moon tell me to get up. I should wake up. When I've had enough rest, my eyes should open. I should be better than I was before I laid. You got what I'm saying? Look, let's get into chapter 32. And chapter 32, Lord, I apologize. We're on chapter 33. You got me? 33. Let's get into chapter 33. And chapter 33 title is Jacob and Esau Meet. Now remember, chapter 32, Esau comes to meet Jacob. Now this is when they meet each other. So let's pay attention. Let's see what we can learn from this. Now Jacob lifted his eyes and looked, and there Esau was coming, and with him were 400 men. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and the two maidservants, and he put the maidservants and their children in front, Leah and her children behind, and Rachel and Joseph last. Then he crossed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. But Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted his eyes and saw the women and children and said, "Who are these with you?" So he said, "The children whom God has graciously given your servant." Then the maidservants came near, they and their children, and bowed down. And Leah also came near with her children, and they bowed down. Afterward, Joseph and Rachel came near, and they bowed down. Then Esau said, "What do you mean by all this company which I met?" And he said, "These are to find favor in the sight of my Lord." But Esau said, "I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself." And Jacob said, "No, please, if I have now found favor in your sight, then receive my present from my hand, inasmuch as I have seen your face as though I had seen the face of God, and you were pleased with me." You get how people was back in those days? They was very, very persistent on you taking their gifts. You know what I mean? It was a time that when you're offered food, when you're offered a ride, when you're offered anything, that it was disrespectful to turn it down. You feel me? It was very disrespectful to say no when someone's offering you something. But I will say this, I learned later on in life, you know, just because someone offers you something don't mean you have to always accept it. You know what I mean? This rock we live on, you know, it's a wicked place. You feel me? It's a very wicked place. There was a time that you could trust people. We are living in times where that it's not too good to trust everybody. Sometimes it's not too good to trust your immediate family. You feel what I'm saying? You get me? Let's get back into this read. But Esau said, "I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself." And Jacob said, "No, please, if I have now found favor in your sight, then receive my present from my hand, inasmuch as I have seen your face as though I had seen the face of God, and you were pleased with me. Please take my blessings that is brought to you, because God has dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough." So he urged him, and he took it. Then Esau said, "Let us take our journey. Let us go, and I will go before you. But Jacob said to him, My Lord knows that the children are weak, and the flocks and herds which are nursing are with me. And if the men should drive them hard one day, all the flock will die. Please let my Lord go on ahead before his servant, and I will lead and slowly at a pace which the livestock that go before me and the children are able to endure until I come to my Lord in Seir. And Esau said, Now let me leave with you some of the people who are with me. But he said, What need is there? Let me find favor in the sight of my Lord. So Esau returned that day on his way to Seir, and Jacob journeyed to the Succoth, built himself a house, and made booths for his livestock. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. The title of this part of the reading of chapter 33 is Jacob comes to Canaan, which is verse 18. Then Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Padan Aram. And he pitched his tent before the city, and he brought the parcel of land where he had pitched his tent from the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. Then he erected an altar there and called it Elo Israel. Well, that's the end of chapter 33, and I just want to reiterate back on how people was. People was very giving. People very loving. You got what I'm saying? Like when I came in the world, we talking about born 1970. I guess 5, 6 years old. There was a lot of kids being kidnapped. There was a lot of stuff about kids going trick-or-treating and they having glass in their candy, glass in their apples. The little candy bars and all that stuff had stuff in it. But as far as I know, I could see a change in time around the 80s and the 90s. People started to not be trustworthy. People started to I really want to say it was the drug era that did a lot of this. You got what I'm saying? But the kidnapping of the kids and doing stuff to people, kids was already in effect alive living in America before cocaine ever became an epidemic, before heroin ever became an epidemic. So, it's been some wickedness in the world since the beginning of time. So, once again, and you're probably tired of hearing it. You probably don't want to hear it, but I'm going to say it to you again if you're streaming this. You got kids, hold on to your kids and teach your kids something. You feel me? I don't know the percentage if they go in the street and get the information versus getting it from you. I don't know what the percentage of good and bad going to be, but I could tell you this. There's not a lot of good that came from up out these streets. You get me? The education you learn out there, it can kill you. The education you take away from out of these streets can kill you. You could be told wrong. You could be taught it wrong. You feel me? You could be, if you're that person that say to yourself, okay, you see that wrong, but I don't see that wrong. You got what I'm saying? You feel me? Your right is wrong to someone else. So if it's wrong to someone else, that means they can do what? They'll take a chance on hurting you, right? Right? Okay then. So why don't you try to be universal with things? Why don't you try to agree to disagree? Why don't you try to stay away from the BS? Because you can see it coming. You can see it forming itself. When you see it forming itself, don't wait for it to get out of control. When you see it putting itself together, it's time to check out. It's time to leave. Anywho, anyways, once again, I am the Nasty Pastor. I just wrapped up a chapter reading from the Holy Bible, from the book of Genesis, which was chapter 33. And I just want to ask you again to please go over to my YouTube channel, Only Faith Ministries. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Once again, it's 2024. Let's keep pushing ahead. Let's keep building a world within this world. You feel me? Protect your babies and protect yourself. I'm out, and I love you.